Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Fractured Space, and thank you for watching. Fractured Space is a space-themed, team-based action MOBA, guys, or multiplayer online battle arena, if you're not familiar with that term. Think like World of Tanks meets League of Legends, or other games of that type. You're going to be constantly PvPing. It's about big capital ships, massive ships that are all unique, and blasting the crap out of each other for dominance of space. It released on Steam Early Access November 2014, which of course means that the game is still in active development, guys. So everything you see is subject to change and not a final representation of the game, guys. So, just expect bugs and balance changes. Hell, the game might even crash in the middle of the video. Who knows? It's an early access game. Fractured Space was developed and published by Edge Case Games. You can go ahead and get Fractured Space for $9.99. They also have many packages up for grabs that increase in price but give you other goodies like skins and extra copies of the game to give away to your friends. Speaking of which, I'd like to thank my good friend Brent Owens for gifting me this copy and giving me a chance to check out this game. You are an awesome dude, and I am lucky to call you my friend. So let's move along, guys. Let's start checking this game out. There's going to be quite a things we're going to be talking about as far as options and tech trees and all that stuff goes. I'm actually going to put an annotation here if you want to click on that, and that'll take you right to the gameplay. But otherwise, we're going to be checking out all there is about these menus and all that good kind of stuff, guys. And there's a lot of things I like about Fractured Space, but there's a lot of things that, well, Fractured Space basically is representing in its early access state, I guess you could say. You could tell it's an early access game is the best way to describe it. For one thing, there is absolutely no tutorial, and I know what you're thinking, there's like a video right there. Sure, that basically tells you the basic gist of the game. But really, that's kind of it. All it does is give you a little kind of a gist. Not only that, it's a video. That's a YouTube video. There really is there's no in-game tutorial. How about that? You can watch videos describing how each of the ships works and maybe tutorials of objectives and game flow, but there's nothing in the game to teach you how to play, which can be a little bit frustrating for some people. I'll be honest with you, it's not that big a deal because I got the basic idea of it pretty quickly once I realized what I was looking at here. You got control schemes. There is no rebindable keys. There is no controller support at this time. It's completely played with your keyboard and mouse. And to be honest, I imagine it'd be a pain in the ass to play with your controller. Rebindable keys would be very nice, but that may be something that comes in the future. As you can see, there's a lot of strafing because it's a space game, so you can kind of move in all 360-degree, angles. You can move up and down and sideways and, all that good kind of stuff. So you have a lot of thruster options here. And the game's really focused on, maneuverability. You got to be very smart when you're maneuvering your capital ship. You have different kinds of weapons and abilities. You can also jump in this game. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You can select your target. Thrust up, enable sniper mode, fire with this button, secondary fire with that button. Pretty simplistic as far as controls go. I don't have much complaints with the controls, to be honest with you. They're just fine. This just gives you kind of a general explanation of what to do. And the game is very much like League of Legends. You have lanes that you go down that you need to conquer to get to your enemy's base. And then once you start damaging your enemy's base, it starts, you can win the game, basically. Lots of other things to talk about. So on the top left up here, we have your character's level, your service record, basically telling you how well you've done. Ignore this because this isn't actually accurate. I've actually been playing the game for about 4 or 5 matches. I don't know why I didn't record it, probably because it's just early access. And you get experience and credits and stuff. It's all very reminiscent of World of Tanks. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take you straight to the tech tree, and that really reminds me of World of Tanks. If anyone who's played World of Tanks kind of recognizes this kind of tech tree, you kind of start off with almost like a base ship, and then you move down the line getting better and better ships. Now, all these ships I have currently access to because it's an early access mode. I'm not sure if they're going to be, you're going to have to purchase them eventually or what, but you can see that you get better and better ships that you can buy for credits, which I have 7,774. I imagine that this game will be free to play, so there will probably be some sort of premium thing that you can buy to give you access to these ships more quickly, or it could be just they want you to only buy skins. I'm not really 100% sure of that, but I'm pretty sure the game will be free to play when it finally releases. But you can buy basically different ships as you get higher and higher level. You get better and better ships, and these are the ships that are currently in the game: snipers, assassins, disruptors. I'm sorry, that's actually a flagship. And they're, of course, made by different companies and all that good kind of stuff. We're going to talk about that more in a second. You can actually pick what ship you want to go into combat with. And we'll be doing the sniper in this particular video, and there's a very specific reason for that, and that I'll be talking about right before we start to launch here. But there's different lots of class ships. They're all really cool looking. I will say that much. All the capital ships in this game look really cool. They're all very diverse. Each of them has a specific function, and I like that a lot. Every class has a point. Every class, there's no ships that are exactly alike. So that really makes it important to have a good diversity of ships. And you can see that this game is just, I will say this game has just a lot of freaking promise. A lot of promise, a lot of cool ideas, a lot of good ideas. It just needs to kind of course, go through more development and get things fleshed out. But you can see these are all the different kinds of ships. You can see they're almost like their stats, what they're good at. So the frigate's more of a, let's see, let's click on the frigate here. Where's the frigate? The frigate is a light attack craft. Frigates are light attack craft. They carry a lot of firepower for a ship their size and have the speed and maneuverability to wield it for more efficiently than much larger ships. So that gives you kind of like a brief description of each ship. You can also click on change layout, and it also shows you kind of what is on that ship. Again, this is where the tutorial thing would have been nice, because it doesn't explain at all what any of these abilities do. And that can be a little bit frustrating. It can be, you're kind of going in blind when you pick a ship. So, like, I've tried out the frigate, I've tried out the sniper, I've tried out the hunter, and I think I tried out the assassin, which was a terrible thing. I'm terrible with assassins. Not that they're weak, they're just a very specific kind of ship, and it's really difficult to use them. But because they're cloakers, basically. They're like assassins. They basically teleport behind you or uncloak behind you. They unload, that's it. They kind of waste their shots on you. If they don't hit, you're dead, basically. So you can see that each basically shows what each ship has. It just doesn't really explain what any of it is, but you can kind of finagle it, figure it out by just kind of looking at what it says. So like blink to target. Well, basically you kind of have like a short range teleport that takes you closer to your target, or basically wherever your reticle is pointed at the time. And you can also change some of these out for bigger and better weapons that you will eventually probably have to purchase once the game's complete. But right now, because they're available because it's early access, so like shield decoy, jump decoy, etc., etc. And it just allows you to kind of change things up, and you can see where that's going, and that's going to be really neat. It's like a World of Tanks, but in space, and I like that aspect to it. So much so that you even have a crew roster right here.
I've seen enough combat to know.
And you can basically have a pilot, a captain, engineer, comms, and tactical. And there's also another set of crew members right now, and they each all have their own little voice actor.
You pay, I'll flip.
Don't bother me unless you pay well.
Leave me alone and your ship will run better.
Currently, there isn't really a point to having a crew. I'm not sure if that eventually you're going to add some sort of like a benefit to having a crew in your game, in your ship, a specific crew anyways. If they'll allow you to change them out, if they'll, I hope they do, because that would add another layer of customization and tactics that could really take that game to the next level. And I hope they really consider making the crew a little bit more of an important aspect of things. I'm pretty sure they are, because they're listed under the launch screen. There's also a leaderboard. Really simplistic stuff right there. Leaderboard, seeing who's on top. Looks like this guy is. There's already clans? Seriously? Good God. Of course, this is the options. From what I understand, this game is a little bit of a beast. It's not necessarily the most optimized thing, and you might need a pretty good system to get things off the ground and running. There's also a third-party agreement to play this game. All you really have to do right now is enter your email address. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like it's Ubisoft or anything like that. But you have some quality effects controls. Like I said, it's a pretty beastie game, so you're going to want to have a good computer to play it. My computer's decent. It's not fantastic, and it runs it fairly well. And I haven't ran into too much lag, but there is occasionally lag for sure. You also have some resolution control. It goes up to 1080p, and that about covers the options. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and launch into this game. Why am I picking the sniper? Well, snipers can shoot across the entire freaking map. I'm not joking. They can literally shoot across an entire sector of space. They're a little bit overpowered. Like, all the other ships are very well balanced, a little bit. They all have their own, gifts, their own little tactics to playing them. With the sniper, all you have to do is just sit there and shoot, 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 and you can pretty much just annihilate anybody. Now, people are going to say, oh, well, you can have tactics and you can, have a stealther and somebody, a support to help you get to that sniper. Yes, sure. But for the most part, when you're playing this game with, first time, just out of the gate, with people you don't even know, no one's going to really have that kind of coordination for the most part. So snipers tend to be very, very ridiculously powerful. You'll see what I mean in a bit. We're going to go ahead and launch right now. As far as, finding a game goes, I haven't had too much of a trouble. There's a lot of lobbies, as you can see, US West, London, US East. It looks like there's about 3 games full right now. 20 people in London, 10 people in the US. But that's perfectly fine because it gives me a chance to kind of show off the different models. I'm going to go ahead and click US West number 4. I'm going to join. It's going to load up my ship into a lobby, and then it'll start basically, hopefully, waiting for players to join. So this is it. This is the entire game right here. There's a lot of things to look at right here. I'm actually going to hit this O button. It's going to explain everything you're looking at right here. So on the bottom right, that is the sectors that we can jump into. Those are the lanes, and on the opposite side is the enemy base. They have the exact same thing. As you can see on the top right is my kills, deaths, and assists, my latency. On the top is the status of my team's base. On the top left is the level of our ships. Yes, you will be leveling. That is the point of the lanes. You're capturing control points that are giving you resources. These resources allow your ships to upgrade, do more damage, have more health, and eventually conquer the enemy base. As you can see on my reticle to the left is my ship's health. I'm not sure what's on the opposite side. Never mind. Above that it says percentage of your primary weapon's max fire strength that can reach your reticle's current location. So like if I were to shoot at this distance, I don't think it's going to work, but you get the basic idea of how that's going to work. On the bottom we have our abilities, jump and jump home. On the bottom left we have a chat box. And right now we're just waiting for players to show up, and that's perfectly fine because it gives me a chance to kind of just show off what the game kind of looks like. And I wasn't joking when I said, well, we just got like 3 players to show up. Wow. Holy crap. You can also, if you want, press F1 and actually switch ships if you wanted to. You could be like, okay, well, I don't want to be a sniper. I want to be a flagship. I want to be a disruptor. I want to be an enforcer. It allows you to change it in mid-match, which is really, really nice. And I hope that's a feature they kind of keep in the game, because that would be really, really nice. And all the ships, I will say, the graphics in this game are intense. Everything looks great. Everything sounds great. The things explode. Everything sounds intense. The sound effects match it all very well. And for the most part, it is a pretty simple, easy game to play. I mean, space bar moves you up. Control button moves you down. Forward, left, right. You can strafe. It's all very easy to control and pretty easy to kind of pick up and play, which is why I didn't necessarily mind too much that there wasn't a tutorial system in the game. I just didn't know what certain abilities did, and I had to kind of figure it out by playing, and that's perfectly okay. I'm being fired upon by my ally! You traitor! I have a big gun. I'm going to shoot you, sir. I'm going to shoot you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop that. You traitorous. That guy's a stealther. He's an assassin, so you can see he's kind of invisible right now. If I were to shoot him, though... I just soon ran into him. If I were to shoot him, though, he would uncloak. But because he's on my team, we're just kind of screwing around at this point. Right now, let's see. We have 2 on 1. It's going to wait for us to get another player here. And if it does take a long time to get another player, I will probably go ahead and cut. You can also jump in this game. Very important aspect. When you are jumping, you are vulnerable. So if I were to jump, let's say, to this gamma sector or the beta sector, alpha sector, I would be vulnerable for the time that it takes me to jump to that particular sector. So if I activate this, you'll see it starts activating. He will be able to do bonus damage to me if that were an enemy right there in front of me, for instance. And then, boom, you're suddenly in the next sector. You can go around conquering these little checkpoints here, and then eventually make your way across each sector at the end of the lane, as it were, to get to the enemy's base. You have to capture the enemy's base in the lanes to get to the enemy base. I cannot jump to their base automatically. I have to capture the last point in their base, which is fine because the base itself, the enemy base, has defenses that will kind of attack you. So you're going to need those levels up. You're going to need to be playing for a while to you know, be strong enough to capture those bases. And by the way, it's all very simplistic how you capture those bases. All you have to do is fly up to them and then enter their kind of their field of control, and that will take care of things. Are we ready here? No, we're not. Dang, it's 3 versus 1 still, or 2 versus 1. I mean, you basically just gonna fly up to it like so, and it will basically start being converted. You can see there's a little sphere there. It'll change color. There's a control button right there. Well, it's not working right now because of the fact that we're not in an actual game. But basically, that little circle to the right of the screen would start filling up and letting you know that you are capturing that particular base. And that kind of rings the entire game. That's kind of the simplistics of the game. The action is very intense, which I would love to show you, but, you know, apparently we're just having horrible luck finding a game. Alright, apologize for that, guys. We finally got around to game starting. We got enough players. 2 versus 2 is good enough for the game, I guess. Like I said, I haven't really had too much trouble finding a game at all, to be honest with you. It's just, I guess in this particular case, I got unlucky. But for the most part, you don't really have much of a problem finding a game. It depends on what time you come into the game, of course. So our allies basically have jumped into a sector. We have an assassin. I have an assassin with me and a sniper. So we're going to go over here. And we're going to basically park our ship kind of behind this sector here. And there's a reason we're doing that. Is because we're going to want to just start looking around for enemy ships. Which it doesn't seem like there is a terrible lot of them. Well, there's only 2 other players in this game currently. So we could probably safely start making our way forward here towards these control points, because we're going to start wanting to build up resources for our ship, which is very dangerous as a sniper for me to do, by the way, because we could easily be overwhelmed and killed, because we're not exactly, you know, strong. We have only about 6,000 hit points. We need to be very careful. So we're going to go ahead and fly over here. And that'll show you what conquering points looks like. As you can see, it looks like they're in the Alpha sector, which, you know what, once we capture this, we might just go ahead and fly over there. You know what? Oh. Hold on. Hello. Hi there. Ah, you got out of my sight. I'm not exactly the world's best player at this game, by the way. I think I'm okay at best. He's trying to dodge my shots. As you can see, I'm just shooting at him from across the board. He's hidden behind the station right there. We gotta keep an eye out for him. He's not a stealther though, so we're not gonna have much of a problem putting the pressure on his particular position. And that is essentially what my job is as a sniper. And that's the thing I want to say about this game, is that snipers, they're a little freaking OP, guys. They're really freaking OP. They're definitely a ship that I'm a fan of using, not a fan against playing against. Because they're not totally fair. They're just very powerful ships. We're actually going to jump back to our sector and let this guy take care of him. He should be able to take care of him. I'm going to go back because I want to head towards the Alpha sector and reclaim that sector for my team here. Thing there, as you can see on the top left, we are generating resources which can allow us to level. Now, we do have open brackets, which I realized I just did a huge mistake, is that we could have gone back and leveled up a bit, which will allow us to have more hit points, do more damage, and that's representative on the top left when you see those open brackets right there. That's how you know that you are ready to level up. I guess we just leveled up though by heading across this base there, so that's kind of nice actually. We're going to keep pushing forward though. We're going to keep applying pressure to the enemy. Doesn't look like he is in any kind of trouble. It looks like the enemy literally left as we jumped over here. Gosh dang it all. That's okay though, because the lobby is quickly filling up with people. We have an assassin, a corvette, and another sniper with us, which is fantastic. It probably means we're going to go ahead and win this match for sure. Because snipers, like I said, are just ridiculously overpowered. I don't want to say they spoil the game, but it definitely does take a certain level of fun out of the game when there's just snipers everywhere just blowing you to pieces. There we go. Gosh dang it. Experiencing a little lag. Oh, I missed that shot. Got him. Got him. Oh, he dodged. Good shot on his part. Alright, we took him down. He's dead. So we're going to start pushing into the sector here, which we can probably do. By the way, I didn't even have to be close to that guy to shoot him. I don't want you to think, oh, you know, there is no range that I cannot shoot at. It just makes the shot a little bit more difficult to make at farther and farther ranges. But otherwise, we could have made that shot pretty freaking easily. Did I hit him? Nope. Oh, I missed. Got him that time. Got him that time. He is currently a shield up. That's his kind of his ability right now. But hopefully we'll be able to take him out. Oh, we got him. Good shot there. He's flying right at me, which is kind of suicide for him. As you can see, he's dead now. He did some damage to me. That's okay, though. We got a couple targets here. A little bit of lag there, as you can see, for sure. And mark this particular fellow. He's doing a really good job of evading my shots, I'll give him that. But we're just kind of wailing on him. We're keeping him moving and running for his dear life. And we're experiencing, like I said, a little bit of lag. Oh, he's on us. He's upon us. Okay, we're going to want to back off. It's okay though, because that looks like the other guy helped us out there, the other sniper. We're getting shot, and we're getting hurt pretty hard here, so we're going to want to hide. Oh god! We're going to die! We're going to die! Ugh. That's okay though. We're going to die! We're going to die! We're going to die! We're gonna die. Oh, we're dead. Oh god! When you die, of course, you have to respawn. And it's very much like a League of Legends type thing. You have a very long timer. Depending on what level you are, it can take quite a while to respawn. That was because I was caught in a kind of crappy situation. It didn't look like my ally was doing much of anything there. I'm not sure if he's disconnected or not. And there is a little bit of issues with disconnecting and lag occasionally with the servers. Mainly when people connect and disconnect is there a lot of issues. I don't know what my ally in that sector is doing. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, so we got that guy. Let's build ourselves up here. We got an enemy on that particular target. Let's swerve our ship in that direction. Oh, we got two enemy ships, man. Oh, I missed because of lag, man. Like I said, I'm not the world's greatest sniper. I'm okay.
Let's go pick up those upgrades.
We're gonna be in trouble here in a second. What is that guy doing?
Target gone.
Got many targets here.
Get under him.
Why am I not hitting you?
I found him. We've lost him.
Lots of targets here that we need to take care of. They're definitely approaching our position for sure, very effectively. Okay, I should probably be firing on this guy. Fire!
Damage increased. I see the enemy.
Experiencing a little lag. Oh god. I don't know if you can team fire in this one. It's very possible. That guy's dead.
Great shot, tactical.
I accidentally hit the right mouse button like a fool.
A lot easier.
Okay, he's behind that wall there. We're going to float up there. I was wondering why we couldn't see anything there for a second.
New signal. Enemy ship.
We got him. Fantastic. That gives you just a kind of an example of what the combat's like in this game, guys. It's just really intense. There's a lot of explosions. You can see that we're building resources now. We're up to 10,000. The enemy's up to 5. Well, I think we're doing a little bit better than them because we probably had a little bit of a head start. I'm going to take some leveling up there. Now I'm level 5, as you can see basically on the numbers on the top left there. It says, open brackets, return to base to receive new levels. So I'm now level 5. And our team is doing rather well, it looks like, across all sectors. The middle sector is the sector where you can go to get gas, by the way. And that kind of gives you like an innate bonus to all combat, everything that you can do in this game. I did not see that guy. Where'd he go? Let's start floating up here. Who does that guy think he is? Sneaking around.
Refit.
This guy's having a bad day. He's dead! So you can see right there we have 4 kills, 1 death, and 3 assists thus far. Enemies, like I said, the snipers are very overpowered, guys. They're very powerful, and because of that, they kind of sully the rest of the game. Playing all the other ships are great. They're all unique and different, but just dealing with all these snipers is a pain in the ass, guys. They can't even get close to us with how much damage we're doing to them, basically. Matter of fact, we are now at the enemy base. I'm going to jump back, and maybe let's see if I can go ahead and help. Oh, we got gas power, which is going to allow us to to do a lot of damage. It looks like everybody's in the middle. Gosh dang it, I would love to have seen this. I'm going to go there now. Hopefully it's not too late. It looks like there's a massive battle going on in the middle there, guys. And we'll probably go ahead and wrap up this video with this particular moment here. Look at that, guys. Holy crap. Look at all the fighting that's going on here. Just start firing. Take that guy apart. He can't do much of anything else. He's dead. He's done.
Upgrade. Let's get to a station, people.
You fought well for an amateur.
We got another enemy up here.
They're prepping to jump.
It looks like we rocked their world, I have to say. And that was pretty freaking fantastic, guys. So like I said, it's a really fun game. Has a lot of cool capital ship on capital ship style combat, guys. There's a lot of things going for it. Graphically, musically, sound-wise, control-wise, it's all pretty smooth. All it really requires is, you know, some a tutorial and more balance, because the gosh dang snipers are just way overpowered, as you can see. I've only been playing the game a couple times. I have 5 and 1 kill. It's just a little bit much. So there's just a little bit more balancing to do, but that's all expected for an early access game, guys. Currently, there is no Steamy goodness, and if it is a free-to-play game, there might not be. There might end up being Steam achievements. I know there will be no Steam cards. I don't think free-to-play games can get Steam cards, as it were.
Damage increased.
Take that, you coward! Okay. There is bugs, of course. There's a lot of weird bugs, a lot of crashing occasionally. I've had happen to me. Graphical issues, not too terribly many. I really want to get this guy. Really hacking me up. Okay, that's fine. He hid behind that asteroid, that coward. There isn't too many, you know, there's a couple bugs here and there is what I was trying to say. As far as replay value goes, there is quite a bit. I enjoy all the trying different kinds of ships, even though I would love for there to be more maps. There definitely needs to be more maps, guys, in this game. Matter of fact, there needs to be more maps, more balancing, more game modes. For the love of God, a tutorial. I would like to see bigger maps, maybe with more players, but I imagine that might, you know, drive things up in the lag levels. There needs to be a point to the leveling system. I imagine that's something that will come around eventually. But in all, I enjoyed my time with Fractured Space, guys. It's a fun game. I think you will like it too. I'm going to try to hit this guy before he... Ah, you coward! Hide behind your little shield, sir. I will get you eventually. Ah. So I want to say big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out Stealth. Big thanks to Brent for giving me this game and letting me check it out also. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, guys, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up that tip jar. If you're feeling generous of heart, all tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Die! 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 Take that, you Serenity class vessel. Ugh. Jack that guy up. Till next time, guys. Play more indie games.